So we're back, and today I'm Dr. Sonya Sloan, mom, orthopedic surgeon, wife, and my host here, co-host,
Dr. Haydeé Brown, mom, orthopedic surgeon, social justice advocate.
Of course, and we are eh-yah, Black and Brown Women Disruptors. So today, we want to get right into it and say my name. Say it correctly. And there's been so much out there today about these clips that we're about to roll. Let's roll that clip and talk about say my name.
Kamala's.
Oh, you had it right. You almost got it.
I will say Kamala's name any way that I want to.
No, but you mispronounced her and you also misjudged her.
I just did, and I'll do it again.
Mispronouncing her name. That's a refusal to acknowledge her humanity.
If I purposely mispronounced your name, that would not be appropriate.
Policies are just.
Woo! Yeah. The disrespect of Representative Nancy Mace of South Carolina, Republican, is beyond what most women would tolerate, but let alone the Vice President of the United States. Any thoughts, Dr. Brown?
A lot of thoughts. This is such a volatile time, and this is really an important topic. The name, your name, particularly pronouncing someone's name properly, and take it from me, Haydeé Brown, spelled Haydee Brown, is incredibly important. We have to think about this in a historical context. We have to think about in the period of enslavement where families were ripped apart, the important name was the first name. And that's how families found one another after the Civil War. It is so essential to properly pronounce someone's name. And Kamala is not more difficult than saying Jacques, right? It's really reflecting the lack of importance to Nancy Mace of Vice President Kamala Harris's identity. And when you say your name or say my name, there's such a history of the erasure of women that look like Dr. Sloan and myself from our discussions, from our history, that we have to say her name. We have to say Kamala Harris. We have to pronounce it properly and learn it because she may be the future president of the United States.
Enough said. There's no reason for her not to be able to say her name. There's no reason for 45 to continue to mispronunciate the name. It is an insult. It's the 101 school ground bullying, right? Playground that you just want to say that I'm not going to even say it correctly. And Nancy Mace even stated that I don't have to say it. Okay. So we now call a spade a spade. And when she got called out by Mike Dyson, it was done. She was so insulted that she eventually jumped to the defensive of, you're going to call me a racist. The flip that happened so quickly as to one small thing that you could have done as a woman to respect another woman in position was so easy. And that's all this CNN clip they kept asking, just say it. How hard is it to just say her name correctly? How hard?
And, and it's not a Black thing, right? It's not a race thing. Because when you think about women in the workplace, right, where we are, and you may experience this too, right, Dr. Sloan, where our colleagues are spoken to and they're called Dr. whomever. And then when it comes to speaking to women within this space, we're referred to by our first name. And so even Nancy Mace, as a white woman, should be acutely aware of how important it is to properly identify someone. I would even venture to say that misnaming or mispronouncing is almost akin to misgendering someone. Your name is such an important component of your identity.
I agree. Say my name. Easy, simple, to the point.
Exactly. Say my name. So now, why don't we switch gears a bit and let's see Nancy Mace again, not really acknowledging the virulent racism that came out of 45's mouth during the NABJ convention. And really, it's a conversation that continues and continues. Let's take a look at that clip.
I certainly take that, but I'm wondering.
And a lot of rich history comes out of my district in South Carolina that I'm deeply proud of.
With respect.
Trump injecting Vice President Harris's race and then suggesting that she's not actually Black. Why is he doing that? Should he stop?
Well, I mean,
yes or no?
I didn't hear him say it. I didn't hear what he said about her race. I am not going to weigh in on her race. As a woman,
He did say it.
Okay, well, as a
He definitely
woman,
said it.
I want
She
to weigh
turned black,
in.
he said. He said she was raised Indian. Now she was Indian, all he knew. Now she
Well,
turned
she's a
black.
mixed race, she's a mixed race.
He said that to the National Association of Black Journalists.
Right.
He went to, and he said at the same event where he said he'd done more for black people than any president in history.
I guess here's the thing.
When he was president, wages for women were better than they've been in a long time. Wages for blacks were better
The
than they've
lowest
been in a
black
long time.
unemployment rate in history. It
He
happened
did a
under
lot
Joe
of
Biden.
good. He did a lot of good
Let me just finish this
for
to both
people
of you.
from all walks of the
This
country.
doesn't take that much courage, honestly, to just say that was out of bounds.
I don't know what he said. I didn't see
He
the
said
Come on,
that she
come on.
turned black. He questioned whether she was really black. I don't think that's that hard to say. That's out of bounds. Can you say that?
I mean, I didn't say it, and I would not
just
say
say
it.
yes.
Is it
Just
wrong?
say yes.
Is it
Just
wrong?
say yes.
I just
Just
Guys,
say yes.
Then they connect that to your inability to
I'm not-
pronounce her name.
we are
Now
out of
it's
time.
it's a very
We are out of
cult.
time.
It's a cult. They won't say
Relationship.
anything that goes
I'm not in
against
a
the cult.
cult. Are you
Yes, you
kidding
are.
me?
You are a
My
cult
friend,
Are you
member.
kidding
My
me?
It's a
friend,
cult.
I have
we
a
are
diverse
out of
district.
If you won't
of
speak
women.
out against the
Say
cult
her
member,
name.
you're a
Say her
cult.
name.
Cult leader is
Do
Donald
the
Trump.
We are out of time
And the
at the
fact
table.
that you talk to
Thank
women
you
this way is ridiculous.
You just talked about a black
being
woman that
here.
way.
Right.
In what way?
Thank you for
She
being here
doesn't
at
know
the
what a
table.
woman is.
Thank you for
Oh, my
She doesn't know
watching
what a
at
woman
home.
is.
No time for nightcaps tonight. Laura Coates.
She doesn't know what a woman is. That was the last thing she said. She claimed that she had not seen the clip, which you're going to get on a national news station and not have prepared. I doubt that. And then she would not just say it, that to ban it, to put it down and, basically stand up for what is right speaks to her character, in the totality. So for right now, we wanted her to give a response and she wasn't going to give it. And they all knew it. And then she got sort of defensive and rightfully so. But more than anything else, you kept hearing them say, with respect, like we're trying to give you a chance here to do what's right. And she just would not. She doubled down. She doubled down and would not say it. And, I don't know. Apparently the Kool-Aid is still red and they are still drinking it. And for whatever reason, a lot of people are now hopefully switching over to something that is more palatable, which is democracy. And that's what we're here to do, to speak on the hope and the future of the United States. And I promise you, Representative Nancy Mace is not it.
Yeah, completely agree. Just to echo some of our earlier recordings, we're thinking about joy, right? The discussion is really about joy and the future and what the United States can be. And Representative Nancy Mace does not properly reflect that. It's incredibly racist to say that someone is not a certain race that they identify themselves as. I mean, we have to really think about this, again, in historical context. We did not, as Black people, develop the one-drop rule. The one-drop rule was developed in the antebellum South, that if you had one drop of Black in you, you were Black. So everyone, basically, we are using the terms that were placed upon us. And the discussion of whether Kamala Harris is Black, although she is a member of the first historically Black sorority, right? Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. She attended Howard University. She has always been Black. And guess what? She's also part South Asian. People can be multicultural. People can have different backgrounds, and that does not exclude them. And they do not have to decide whether they are Black or Asian. They can be both. And they experience the world as both, right? We talk about intersectionality. So I think that when we are really, really looking at what the Harris-Walz ticket is, it's a ticket that really reflects America as it is and America as it's evolving to be. And people like Representative Nancy Mace and 45, they are reflecting on what they want or what they envisioned America to be, right? That America, this antebellum South, where women don't have rights over their bodies, where Black people don't have voting rights. I mean, really, that when they talk about going back, that's what they're referring to. And that's just not where we are. And that's not even tapping on all the potential we have as a country.
I totally agree. We're not going back. We're not going back at all. And so we are here to stay. The diversity, like you said, with this ticket and Harrison-Walz is perfect combination and the melting pot in which America was founded upon and grew to be and is going to continue to be in the future. So yeah, we're not going back. And the diversity and the inclusion that is part of this ticket is what is drawing these huge crowds and this massive financial support, because America does want a better America, and it's not in 45.
No, it's multicultural, right? It's a multicultural democracy. And as we said before, when Black women, when women of color have rights and have power, we all have power.
Correct.
Because the way our society has been structured is we're always at the bottom of that ladder. And so it's not surprising that when during the civil rights era, right, when we're gaining more rights as Black people, that it's enabling more rights for everyone. And so I think that's part of the fear of the GOP, that when you have a multicultural democracy that's truly representative of all of the voices, that they're starting to lose a lot of power. And that's what should happen. We should be a representative democracy.
Eating Doritos, not Cheetos. Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
Well, I'm Dr. Sonya Sloan.
Dr. Haydeé Brown.
And we are eh-yah.
eh-yah.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.